you're dead. Give us some sign.
What do you want?
What do you think I want? I want to pee, you idiot.
I'm doing my face.
Oh, not in a loop, Shirley. Come on, I've reached the cross-legged stage.
Well, hold it.
I can't. I shall have to do it through the keyhole.
Go away.
Come on, let me in. I give you my full permission to modestly avert your eyes.
It'll put me off my breakfast.
King Kong wouldn't put you off your breakfast. Come on, let me in. I'm desperate.
Well, use your imagination.
Oh, and don't think I won't.
Morning.
Good morning. We need a bigger bird bath.
Do we?
And how are you this fine morning, James Anderson? Any erotic dreams to report?
Oh, I'm sorry. None.
Oh, you really should see a doctor. When I was your age, my nights were full. Tyrone Powell, Robert Taylor, Gary Cooper. Ah, happy days.
Tease, mate.
What is this?
That's a toast rack. I got it from the Salvation Army.
Very worthy. But toast should really be served on a crisp linen napkin. It should be hot, piping hot. This pot's barely tepid.
It was good when I made it. You shouldn't spend so much time in the bathroom, you know.
I should be so lucky. Vicky's been stuck in there for the last half hour, slashing her wrist with a rubber razor.
Ready in for lunch?
Why? Oh, yes, it's Saturday. Let me think. Oh, I have a driving lesson this afternoon. I'll go on from work.
Oh, how is your driving?
Mr. Wilson's quite pleased with me, I think. Says I'm erratic.
Is that good?
Means I'm an excellent driver from time to time.
You say you need a lesson for every year of your life.
Thank you. That's about the bitchiest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Morning.
You said that.
I was talking to Vicky.
Oh, she's out, is she? Well, watch yourself. She's extremely catchy.
Who's bloody touchy?
You, a little pixie. What's the matter? Crash out of bed in the wrong side this morning, did we?
Did you sleep well, Vicky?
Not very. Well, Henry, why aren't you brushing?
Because it's not ladylike.
Well, I thought you were just dying to go.
Oh, that. Darling, I took your advice. I've been.
You what?
In that receptacle you laughingly call a bird bath.
You filthy pig!
Oh, do stop fussing. We may get a sparrow flitting about with sheep, bleached feathers.
How could you, Henry? How could you?
I stood on tippy toe. Went up on my points.
And how could you, James Anderson, just let him do it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I had no idea.
What was he to do anyway? The little Dutch boy routine?
That was a dyke, not a screaming fag.
Do sit down and have your breakfast, Victoria, and do stop fussing. Jesus loves you, every ounce of you.
Infantile desire to shop. Pitiful.
Can I do anything to help?
No. Vicky's merely indulging herself in typical female envy.
What could I, or anyone else for that matter, possibly envy you?
Well, for a start, I can't imagine you peeing in a bird bath without the help of a friendly passing train driver.
I think I'll go make some fresh toast.
You're going to be a really foul old man, Henry.
I do hope so. It's the only kind to be. Sugar. Or are we indulging ourselves in another $2 diet this week? Oh, really?
You bugger, Henry.
Sorry, love.
That's all right. No harm done. I'll clear it up. Get your flakes, Vic. You're looking soggy.
It's a lovely sunny day, blue sky. And you're looking very nice, Victoria. Very nice.
What's that supposed to mean?
What could it possibly mean apart from what I've said?
Lots of things.
Such as,
Well, it could mean that you want to borrow some more money from me, or that you want to sleep with me, or even more unlikely,
never. What could possibly be more unlikely than that?
you could, in your clumsy and constipated way, be apologizing.
Fantasy. Madame Bovary meets Walter Mitty. All I meant was, your dress is an attractive shade of blue, and that it suits you.
You go again. You prod, you pick, and poke at the same old scab with your grimy little fingers until it turns into a running sore.
Ugh, I'm eating.
Try choking!
Here, Vicky. Marmalade?
Yes.
Vicky, what's got into you this morning? Other than a rather large bowl of cornflakes.
Yes, Peter Henry. Don't attempt to pull that rattled old face of yours into the shapes of innocence. The effect's positively macabre, like putting a chintz cover on an old boot.
Please, don't get personal. Remember, I'm much better at it than you are.
Personal. And just what have you been doing since I came down?
Trying, with great difficulty, I might add, to make a little pleasant conversation to aid your ghastly juices.
There you go again. You just can't resist the snide remark.
I give up. James Anderson, have I given any more offense this morning than usual?
Well, I haven't really been listening, but that is a very bunny outfit you're wearing, Vicky.
Oh, don't you start, for Christ's sake.
Hold everything. Hold everything. I've just had a glimmer. It's all coming back to me. Yes, it is. Of course it is.
What? What is it?
That. That is the sweet little Alice blue gown, isn't it?
Stop, Henry.
Quick, James Anderson, this is an emergency. Red alert. Clear the table, lock the larder, and slip the key down your virgin jeans. I'll recover later.
Henry, if you don't put all of that back here at once, I'm going to scream.
Withdrawal pains already. You think a rubber bone would help?
What's going on?
Are you blind or just simple? Can't you see she's wearing a fat dress? Are you going to smoke that or eat it?
All right. You've had your fun, made your point. Now why don't you just pawn off to work?
Oh, no, I couldn't leave you here in the ample clutches of the fat dress.
It's a bunny outfit. Why do you call it fat?
You don't know. He doesn't know. That means it's at least 18 months since you had to wear it. James Anderson has been with us now for a year and a half.
You don't have to remind me.
You're going to... Yes, good idea. Have a cigarette, cut those hunger pangs. Here, have two. Oh, that hurt.
At last, a ray of sunshine.
Excuse me, I think I'd better go and open the shop.
Nope, you remain here. She deserves public humiliation. I must be cruel.
Surprise, surprise.
To be kind. Victoria Hope, bookseller, rare bookseller and spinster of this parish, is wearing her last resort. This bawny outfit, as you so elegantly phrase it, James Anderson, usually hangs at the end of her closet, shrouded in horror, reeking of despair, avoided by moths and simple country folk after dark. It is a legend in its own time.
Oh, really?
Hush. For when the said Victoria Hope is forced to cover herself with this gross garment, it means one thing and one thing only. It signifies to the world that everything else she possesses has become too small for her to struggle into. In other words, she's been eaten like a pig and made herself too bloody fat again.
Beautifully put.
Thank you.
But,
Yes, don't be shy.
well, Vicky isn't fat.
I must get a new battery for this thing.
Well, she's not. Not really.
What on earth am I then?
Well, the butcher always says you're well upholstered.
Thank you very much. Made my day, that has. That's super. Some cross-eyed git thinks I'm well upholstered. What's it think I am, some kind of sofa, for Christ's sake?
Steady, girl, you'll bust a spring.
Oh, well, that's the only thing I ever heard.
Well, he means well. He smiles when he says it.
Oh, bet he does
thoughtless thing to say. I was always taught to respect other people's feelings.
But it was true.
That only makes it worse. You do have a lot to learn.
Oh, so dreadful. I don't understand.
No, difficult to explain to a foreigner tiny nuances of language. Vicky's an honest lass. Why else would she keep a full-length mirror in her bedroom? If I was that size, I'd have a Tom Thumb looking glass for plucking my eyebrows and nothing else. That is a good, honest Anglo-Saxon word. Well upholstered is innovation. A completely evil phrase, and you'd go wash your mouth out with porridge.
But you say the most terrible things to it all the time.
That's different. If I stopped, she thinks she had cancer or acne. And besides, I'm fond of her.
So am I.
Yes, but you don't show it. You don't show anything, in fact. That's why I said you should go see a doctor.
I better go and apologize.
Oh, leave it. You'll only make it worse. Basically, it's all your fault.
In what sense?
You're cooking. That's the colored person in the wood pile.
Well, Vicky likes my cooking.
Too bloody much. She never stops eating, and you never stop cooking. It's a vicious cycle. The only way to break it would be for me to take over the catering. And I won't do that because it would ruin my hands and turn my rings black. Well, it really must be.
Why don't you take the morning off?
James Anderson, are you propositioning me at last?
Well, it's Saturday. You don't need to go in.
Yes, I do. I need the overtime.
But I never know how to deal with Vicky when she's in a bad mood.
Oh. She'll get over it. She's a sensible lass at heart. Oh, go on and open the shop, and don't worry your tartan head. I'll smooth her down.
Thanks. Vicky?
Isn't anybody going to work? I'm not running a charity around here, you know.
You know you have upset poor James Anderson dreadfully.
Do him good. Shake his liver up a bit.
Is that remark scientifically sound? You know, eating chocolates can be habit forming.
Now she tells me.
You'll get spots.
Hooray, hooray.
Big, fat, greasy spots.
I'd look awfully silly with thin spots.
And other nasty side effects, too. Like getting even fatter.
Who cares?
Well, I don't, but you should.
What?
You run a bookstore, not a circus.
Oh, that's it! I'm not going to take this in my own house. Why don't you just get out? Get out and stay out. I'm giving you 1 week's notice to quit.
No, not this again. Couldn't I be shot at dawn for a change?
I mean it, Henry. I'm serious. You can just pack your poopy little bags and go immediately.
Do make up your mind.
Bugger off, Henry!
Could you please do that again? That's the best impression of Winston Churchill I've ever seen.
Go, go, go.
I would, if I thought for 1 moment that you could manage without me.
Ooh, that is rich. You're retarded, emotional cripple, Henry.
That may be, but I do have my uses.
So do the maggots and vultures. Pick bones clean.
Sounds just what you need. Hire a friendly vulture to get rid of those unsightly bulges. There's not much of me left now, you know. You only hold one eye to your chums.
You're disgusting.
Yes, but who else could get you to stop eating chocolates without the use of force or calling in the United Nations?
Maybe I wouldn't want to eat so much if I lived alone.
Come off it, girl. If you had to rely on your own tiny willpower, you wouldn't be able to get around the stairs in a couple of months. They'd have to hoist you up and down from the window like a grand piano. You know, that's not such a bad idea. We can sell tickets. Go on, grow.
Oh.
I think there's a coconut cluster lodged in this year. Care to check?
You idiot, Henry. What am I going to do? It's all so depressing.
Well, have an unhappy love affair and pine away the pounds.
Wouldn't work. Only eat more when I'm sad.
Well then, have a happy love affair.
Why didn't I think of that?
Why don't you bed James Anderson?
Oh, silly.
Well, why not? He's handy, always above the place. And Lord knows the exercise alone will do you good.
But would he be happy or unhappy?
50-50 chance he's a totally unknown quantity.
Totally?
Yes.
Well, I had wondered.
How delicate of you not to ask.
I really wasn't all that interested.
Oh, how rude.
Sorry.
Vicky,
Yes? What is it, you gorgeous Highland hunk?
Oh, you're all right here, mate.
yes. That is, we seem to be a little short on change. Is it all right if I run down to George's?
Yes, of course. Go on. I'll just come in.
It won't be long.
I don't think it would work. You just keep apologizing all the time.
Yes. Well, I really must go and brighten up my office. Maybe I'll have a look in on that butcher on my way. He sounds just what you're looking for.
Wait till you see him.
You can't afford to be scornful. He obviously fancies you, and he's used to handling large chunks of meat. What could be better?
Get off, Henry.
That's the answer. Eat fruit.
I hate fruit.
All the better.
Come on. Come on. Bloody hell, even my arms are too short. What do you want?
A book from the tray outside the shop.
Well, this part's private. Very private.
I'm sorry, but there was no one in the shop. I hope I haven't frightened you.
It's all right. It's just being a little junky this morning. Well, how much is it?
I can't seem to find the price.
Let's see. It's been here an awfully long time. There we go. 5 shillings, reduced to 2 and 6, reduced to 10 cents. Well, what is it?
Life on the Persian frontier.
Oh, Life on the Persian Frontier. Must have been one of my father's old books. Love travels. Filled the house with them.
Really? Does he have any more?
Oh, no, I don't think so. Sent crate loads of them off to the auction after he died. Oh, wait. Why didn't you summon that bottom shelf if you care to look?
I will, thank you. It's very kind of you.
Well, if you find anything, bring it through to the shop.
Okay. Great.
What is it? What's the matter?
Oh, I got something on my shoe.
How extraordinary. Squash lemon cream.
Do you have any paper? I don't want to get your floor all messed up.
Oh, it's all right. Give me the shoe. I'll keep it.
No, that's okay. I don't want to be a bother.
It's all right. I'm insured. Hand it over.
I'm being such a nuisance.
All part of the service. You carry on. Isn't Persia called something else now?
Huh? Oh, yes. They've changed the name to Iran.
Shame. Persia sounded so wildly mysterious and romantic.
I've got to go out there for the next 4 months.
4 months? Lucky you. Not a vacation, surely.
No, my company's sending me out there to search for oil around the Caspian.
You an American?
Canadian.
So tell me something. How does one go about searching for oil? Surely you don't wander about the twig like a water diviner.
I wish I could, but it's not that simple. No, I'm a geologist. I study boring things like strata and inclines and synclines.
Ooh, it all sounds completely baffling, extremely clever. Any luck?
Not yet, but it looks like a promising collection.
You might want to try that shelf just right next to it there.
Oh,
Hello.
Yes, James Anderson, what took you so long?
I thought I'd do a quick shop for supper. Who's that?
It was just a customer.
Did you notice? He's only wearing one shoe.
shine your shoes?
No, that's fine, thanks. No, I always expect booksellers to be old, crabby Dickensian gentlemen with half spectacles.
Well, you should have met my father. He even used to smell of old books.
This is fascinating.
Well, what is it?
A Michelin Guide to Istanbul, published 1931.
Ooh, how's your French?
Good enough for guidebooks and menus.
Hmm.
Did your father travel very much?
Oh, no, only in his imagination. You know, journeys on the Orient Express with beautiful lady spies.
That hasn't happened to me so far.
Well, yes.
How much do I owe you?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see. No, they're both so battered. Probably should have gone to the rummage sale ages ago. Why don't you just take them as a bon voyage present?
Oh, no, I couldn't possibly.
They're not for sale.
But
Actually, it's all just a clever ploy to make you feel guilty, so you'll come back and buy more. It's how we do most of our trade.
I would have thought you were the main attraction.
Would you?
Yes.
You don't have to sing for your supper. I
meant
said you
what
could
I
have
said.
it. I know what I look like, and clumsy social compliments only irritate me.
You've been helpful, and you are pretty.
Pretty fat?
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Then what would you say? Sorry, don't fumble for an apology. Just take the books.
I still don't feel right about it.
Well, if it makes you feel better, put a little something in the floor box on your way out. The last time they emptied it, all they got was 11 pence and 2 cigarette butts.
I'll see if I can surprise them. Can you do me another favor?
If I can.
Are you free for dinner tonight?
Oh, you don't have to do that.
I'm going out to the desert for 4 months. You can't refuse me.
Terribly kind of you, but no, I really can't.
All right, then. Blackmail. No dinner, no books.
Well, that's silly.
That's right. So I'll see you at 7? Is there a side entrance?
No, we've extended the shop. The bell's on the left by the...
That's okay, I'll find it. A bit of prospecting. So we have a deal?
If you like.
Tom Reynolds.
Victoria Hope.
Till this evening, then. I'm looking forward to it. Goodbye, Victoria Hope.
Goodbye.
That bloke must be a real nutcase.
What the hell do you mean?
First of all, he was only wearing one shoe. And second of all, he put 2 pounds in the poor
Oh,
box.
Dad, that was came from the books I gave him. Actually, he's really quite charming. He's asked me to dinner with him.
Oh, some people have the cheek of the devil. Surely you didn't accept.
Of course I did. Do me good to get out. Well, what are you looking like that for?
Oh, I got a rather large chicken tonight. What are you supposed to do with it?
Why don't you stop it? Come on, let's get some work done.
You don't come into your cupboards and live a little. James Anderson, what a delicious smell. Can it be you?
That's the dinner. It's in the oven.
Oh, you are clever. What is it? A simple haggis a la Provençal or something exotic?
It's a poulet coquette en fin.
Oh, I love the way you say that. Like Edith Piaf saying, I belong to Glasgow.
How's your driving lesson?
Dreary. Not a single near miss. I think he drove all the time on those sneaky dual controls. And the even saw I wouldn't let me give a lift to a hitchhiking sailor. I think that's rather unpatriotic. I don't know why I buy the paper on Saturday. Oh, it's full of football results. And football players. Wonder if I'm too old to train in the sewer.
Masseur? Why would you want to be a masseur?
Yes, it might be worth looking in the evening classes. I've often been told I have a nice touch.
You lose your civil service pension.
Yes, but I die with a smile on my face.
You do have some foolish notions.
Not the only one. Finished writing that novel of yours yet?
Aye, it's being typed.
Oh, wonderful. I can't wait to read it. Am I in it?
No, it's on a serious theme.
Oh, repartee. Well, I think you're making a big mistake. Sounds like it could use pecking up. Go on, write me in.
You were nothing in. My story's set in the Highlands.
The mind boggles. How's Vicky, glittering as much as you?
Sorry.
Why only 2 places? The poor thing's got to eat something. He'd only part his nose.
Vicky's been invited out to dinner.
Don't you believe it?
It's true. She hasn't stopped mentioning it all afternoon.
The clever, cunning cow.
What do you mean?
It's obvious, isn't it? She wouldn't dare sit there in the fatness and make a pig out of herself, so she decided to cheat. One last tour around all the pizza parlors, stuffing herself silly, I'll bet.
I don't think so.
I know her better than you do. It's like living with an alcoholic junkie kleptomaniac. She'll announce some brand new diet and expect us to, and beg us both to help her. Then she'll be up to every trick in the book. Oh, she'll sit there, larger than life, nibbling on a carrot and moaning away, and all the time there'll be Mars bars under the bed, cream cakes up her knickers. Oh, I know our Vicky.
I saw her.
And what, man? Where?
Oh, she's going out with. You only had one shoe.
Count it, feet.
2.
You count it.
He was older than she is.
Oh, octogenarian, wasn't
Dark hair.
fake or natural?
It was unnatural.
My dear boy, what have you been smoking?
And she wanted me to shine his shoe.
Pull yourself together, man. Are you telling me that our Vicky's got a date with a one-legged pensioner with toupee and dirty shoes?
Why did you make a joke out of everything? The chap was quite good looking.
With that lot, he'd have to be. Who is he?
I don't know.
Does she?
I didn't ask her. Besides, it's none of my business.
You'll get no joy out of life with that attitude. Nancy, Madam going out to dinner. Don't suppose she's had a date since VJ Day.
What's VJ Day?
What a cruel and vicious thing to say. Oh, you really do have a mean streak. I hope and pray someday someone comes up to you and asks what the common market was.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's what I'm complaining about, you tartan twit.
Well, you'll have to ask Vicky yourself.
No, don't worry, I will. Place the thumbscrews casually on the table. Where is she now? Slipping into something tight? Vicky! Vicky! There's a policeman here. Wants to book you for obstruction. Vicky!
Won't be a minute. I'm in the bathroom.
What again? You turned into Moby Dick if you keep this up.
Oh, shut up and pour me a drink.
Yes, your ladyship. Would you like drink, James?
No, thanks. Somebody go and get some cigarettes.
I think there's a packet on the table.
No, I don't like those. It won't be a minute.
Drink to the only words I prize.
Have a nice day at the office, dear.
As a matter of fact, the girls in the typing school voted me the male they'd most like to be trapped in the elevator with.
Then you'd better use the stairs in future, hadn't you?
Clever, very clever.
Just an idle quip.
Oh, no, not that.
Okay.
Can't think. Whose hands down with that dress?
Oh, I got it this afternoon. You really like?
Oh, sensational. Very Arabian Nights. We'll have to call you Fatima.
I don't look like a tent.
Oh, no, never. A stately Spanish galleon, perhaps, but no, not a tent. I can't envision a couple Boy Scouts riding eggs outside your plow.
Nice to be reassured.
You look super. Absolutely super. Never seen you look better. Cheers.
Wouldn't have believed it possible to pour a drink that didn't even cover the bottom of the glass.
It's a very large bottom.
That's better. Cheers.
You're being reckless and foolish.
I'm having one last fling. Tomorrow, we will start my new diet. And you all got to help me because you know what I'm like.
I don't know if I can go through it all again. Tying your wrist to the bedpost every night and binding your mouth with Scotch tape. Maybe your new friend will cooperate.
What new friend?
This mysterious stranger you're going out with this evening.
Oh, him.
Yes, oh, him.
So, who told you about it?
Blabbermouth Anderson. Now, who is he?
None of your business, Henry, darling. I don't quiz you about your gentleman callers. Unless they steal the silver.
Oh, you're not still going on about that teapot.
It was rather valuable.
Oh, yes, collector's item. Sheffield plate made in Yokohama, very sought after.
It belonged to my grandmother.
Your grandmother was a fool. And stop changing the subject. Sit down and tell me this man's name.
I can't remember.
You're beginning to sound like me.
Oh, please, anything but that. Why this sudden and ridiculous interest in who I'm going out with anyway?
I've always been fascinated by the unusual and bizarre. So come on, it's sport. Give me my Carrie thrills and tell me what you're up to.
There's nothing to it. He's just a customer.
I see. Pure chance that you bought a new dress, washed your hair, and God knows what else.
Yes.
White-haired old gentleman with a stick and roving hands. Naughty girl, naughty girl. Pinch your body, pinch your body.
Well, he's a lot younger than you.
That tells me nothing. I happen to be very well preserved.
Well, he doesn't have your pickle look. He's rather delightful and quite dishy in a butch sort of way. And that's all I'm prepared to say.
No matter. I shall hear it all in the 6 o'clock.
What do you mean?
Police are looking for a rather dishy, delightful butch gentleman who in the early hours of this morning flung the buxom body of Victoria Hope onto the seat from a passing car.
Stop! You're being horrid! You're going to ruin my evening!
When questioned, her stunningly beautiful lodger, Henry Simmons, to have these luscious, almond-shaped eyes with a black chiffon hanky, and stated he had continually worn the silly cowl, both casual and encounters.
That's your life story, not mine.
I happen to be an excellent judge of character.
And I'm not, I suppose?
You don't have my experience.
Something to be thankful for.
And in what dark alley have you arranged to meet this total stranger?
He's picking me up. He's calling for me here.
Ah, wonderful. I shall be able to identify him. They'd never find it from James Anderson's description. So ordinary.
I gave him some books. He's taking me out to show his gratitude. That's all there is to it. Perfectly straightforward. Now, could you please change the subject?
Certainly. What have you left me in your will?
Oh, my clothes!
How divine. Your fur coat will make a lovely bedspread, with enough left over for matching curtains.
You really are a mean sod, Henry. Now I'm going to be on tenterhooks all evening. Every little move he makes, I shall expect to be strangled.
Oh, do stop jumping to conclusions. He may, after all, be a relatively harmless rapist.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
These things do happen.
That's him.
Shall we turn out all the lights and pretend to be asleep?
Go and let him in. Stop acting so silly, Henry, and for Christ's sake, try to behave normally.
You do ask a lot of me. No, she's not in. Gone to visit her granny in Brighton. Please, please, I beg you, put that whopping chopper down. Look, don't do anything hasty. People like you need help. Can we just talk this over? Quick, hide under the sofa. No, please. Look, I got away from poor kids, mister.
Absolutely petticoat.
Admitted. You weren't quite sure. Go on, admit it.
You didn't have me fooled for 1 second, Henry. I was horrified what the poor man must be thinking. And what did you want to go and ring that doorbell for, you little idiot?
I'm sorry, I forgot my key. What's going on?
Henry, what else?
We're waiting. It's going to be just like the heiress all over again. Olivia de Havilland, listening for the horse-drawn carriage to arrive, rushing to the window. Better get that oil lamp lit for the final scene.
To give over, Henry. Is there any ice, James Anderson?
Yes, I'll go check. Oh, looking rather smart, Vicky.
She's had a puncture. I've rung the Automobile Association.
What time is it?
7:02. Let's face it, you've been stood up.
Why didn't I ring the station?
Chicken will be done in about 10 minutes.
So will Vicky.
Oh, well stop, Henry.
Sorry, love. I got overexcited, like a father and his baby's first date. So what do you suppose he's really after?
Oh, my money, I would suppose, wouldn't you?
Could be.
Oh, don't be so ridiculous.
Well, he might be a beginner. You can't expect him to kick off with Barbara Hunt.
Who wants ice?
I do, and some drink to go with it.
Is he Italian by any chance?
Italian.
Remember Venice?
Venice?
The Piazza San Marco? You got your arse pinched by 27 men simultaneously. Well, that gondolier that went chasing you up the canal shouting, "Che bella, che fazzo," or whatever the Italian says.
He was horrid.
He was a steaming great dish.
Yes, you did get a bit lemon-lipped about that.
Yes, I even put on several heavy sweaters the following evening, and all I got was hot.
Thanks.
There's plenty of chicken for 3, Vicky, if your fellow doesn't turn up.
Thank you too, James Anderson.
Well, I'm sorry, I just meant that, while I'm...
Inarticulate. Yes, we know. No need to press the point. Go poke the chicken about or something.
What is the time?
Never mind the time. No, did you say this man's name was? Jekyll. Hyde.
He's a Canadian by the name of Tom Reynolds. Geologist, works for some oil company. Average height and weight, well-mannered, pleasant, polite, and normal. 100% normal.
Oh, what are you doing? Compiling a dossier on? Don't worry, I'll get at the truth with a few well-chosen, subtle questions. How? Come on.
Oh, no, you don't. You stay right there. I'm not going to risk a repeat performance. James Anderson, be a darling. Let my guest in.
Sure, Vicky.
fatal.
What?
Oh, never mind. Just let him in.
Now, are you sure you've got everything? Pepper, hat-pin, police whistle, crucifix, silver bullet. Why are you all flap?
Shut up. I can't find my bloody handbag.
Oh, here it is. I'm sitting on it. There you go, all lovely and warm.
Thank you very much, Henry. If you start camping around in front of him, we're going to have your guts for garters.
When have I ever let you down? Oh, quick, thank God, I noticed.
What? What is it?
Turn around. There's a cushion stuck here. Oh, no, it's your arm. Hi, you. Come in. Make yourself at home.
Good evening. I found the doorbell all right.
Yes, so I've heard.
You're looking very nice.
Aye, she's a striking loss out of Vicky. She is that and all.
Tom, meet everyone. That's James Anderson, who let you in.
How do you do?
Nice to meet you. Tom Reynolds.
And this is Henry Simmons. I wouldn't get too close to him. I think he's coming down with something.
Champion to meet me, Tom Black. Champion.
Oh, Henry, how are you?
He's one enormous on job.
Have I?
Aye, he can break a horse's neck with on side side.
I don't know why I would want to.
You should think not, indeed. What a silly thing to say, Henry. And what a stupid voice to say it in. I'm sorry, Tom. He's always acting a fool. Best you ignore him.
Why don't you pour a young man a pint of beer, Vicky?
Isn't it time you took that dog out for a piss, Granddad?
Pardon, Victoria. Do remember we have a guest.
Can I get you a drink, Tom? We have vodka, rye, sherry.
Vodka, thanks.
Would you like anything in it?
Just ice if you have some. I didn't expect to meet such a crowd.
Did you hear that, Vicky? Tom thought you lived alone.
There are times when I wish I did. I hope this is all right.
Thank you. Cheers.
Bottoms up.
Are you three related in any way?
Heavens, no, we're all just good friends.
He's bound to find out. Mommy.
They're also my lodgers, and liable to be flung into the streets at a moment's notice, a fact they sometimes tend to forget.
She's power mad.
I've never been fortunate enough to have a landlady quite as charming as you.
Don't you believe it? Absolutely dreadful. Oh, it's everywhere. Please leave this bed as you would wish to find it. No naked visitors after 11. Do not eat this shredded spaghetti. It's mine. Life around here can be an absolute nightmare.
Henry does like to exaggerate.
So I've noticed. Are you on the stage?
Quite a lot of times, metaphorically speaking, but actually I work in an office.
Interesting.
Not very. I'm a civil servant.
Never would have guessed it, would you?
Yes, I'm with the New Scotland Yard. Work very closely with Interpol, tracing international rapists and culprits.
Sounds like very worthwhile work.
Oh, it is. I'm very dedicated. They never get away. I was made honorary colonel of the Canadian Mounties for obvious reasons.
Don't listen to a word, Tom. He's an income tax inspector down on Finchley Road.
Victoria, I ask you never to tell people that. They go off me. Look at Tom. His eyes are full of guilt already.
Oh, no, I'm very law-abiding. I pay all my taxes, including our GST, and I declare everything at customs.
What do you do for excitement?
I read a lot.
James Anderson, here's a budding author. Just finished his first novel. Helps me out in the bookstore. Runs it, really. Runs the whole house, in fact. Don't you, James? James?
Huh?
Oh, thank goodness. I thought someone had cut his vocal cords.
So, what line of work might you be in, Tom?
I work for an oil company.
It's flying off to Persia in the morning.
Plane or carpet?
I'm not sure I'm going to notice. It's a 6 a.m. flight.
Are you permanently based in Persia then?
Oh no, I go where the work is. Borneo, Libya, Burma, California.
Doing what?
Scouting out new territories for possible oil fields. Prospecting, in a scientific way.
How interesting. Tell me, do you keep being covered with oil and Barbara Stanley?
No, it's not as exciting as the movies make it out to be.
You astonish me, Tom. I always found movies rather dreary.
Henry finds a lot of things rather dreary.
Who's Barbara Stanwyck?
You will get your vocal cords cut.
So, do you get to go to the pictures much, Tom?
Actually, quite a bit. Although it gets confusing sometimes. I saw The Boyfriend in Cairo. It was dubbed in French and had Arabic subtitles.
That would be an improvement. What do you think of what's-her-name, Twiggy?
Terrific.
Interesting. And do you like Mia Farrow?
She's very nice.
Vicky hates Mia Farrow.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, all right. Detests her then. The plot thickens, and you obviously don't have any Italian blood.
I don't quite follow.
It's best not to, where Henry's concerned. So is your, wife traveling with you?
No, I'm not married.
How fascinating. Coincidence, neither am I.
I'm afraid I don't see the connection.
Well, there couldn't possibly be one if you both bachelors for the same reason, and that would be ridiculous.
Would it?
Yes, you couldn't both have had a shot off in the war.
That confidence you promised you'd never tell.
Excuse me, I'll go and check the oven.
James Anderson here's a marvelous cook. We're all thoroughly spoiled.
I hope you like Italian food.
Oh, I adore it.
And it adores her. Clings to her, you might say.
Well, if you're nearly ready, I think we should go. I booked for 7:30.
Sure you won't have another drink, Tom?
No, that's fine, thank you. Pleased to meet you. I hope to see you again at Christmas.
Christmas. Ah, yes. Bring back a better one for my stocking.
I'll see what I can do. Goodbye, Jimmy. Good luck with your writing.
Hi. Goodbye.
Remember, there's a full moon this evening.
Ooh, how romantic.
You sure you don't want me to wait up for you just in case?
I think I've seen enough of you for one day, Henry. Come on, Tom.
We might be a little bit late.
I won't call the Missing Persons Bureau till the morning. Oh, so what did you think of him?
Well, he wasn't too bad, but I didn't like him much, though.
Too dull to be true. Here she hired him. Well, you know, from one of those escort agencies. Rent-a-fella or something like that.
Why would she waste her money?
To give her sagging ego a lift.
But you was here this morning. You was looking at books.
Ah, yes, you're right. It's too elaborate. She's not that good an actress. Did you notice the blatant banality of, is your wife traveling with you? Oh, I thought she was joking, but her face was glowing like an honest pudding.
Did you notice? Didn't say which oil company you worked for.
Probably just a glorified garage mechanic covered in man tan.
You've taken with it.
A lust for cannibalism.
You don't have to be disgusting.
Well, he has been in some funny foreign places. Could have picked up some funny foreign ways. I mean, California, anything's possible there. Borneo. Borneo, that's it. I've got it. He's a body shrinker. And of course, she would be a challenge. Poor Vicky. If there's a large dried apricot on the doorstep of the barn, give it a decent Christian burial.
Why, do you have to make a joke out of everything?
Well, where's this Poulette on caught? What's his name?
Needs a few more minutes.
Sheer poetry.
What?
The way you turned that page, sheer poetry. Muriel couldn't have done it better. You who? Why don't you get a job at that in 2 sods? You could be that attendant that moves and makes everybody jump. Ooh, Mommy, he moved and I wet my knickers. Oh, you really are a sad case. It's pathetic the way you cling to this little wound every evening, hiding yourself in books at your age, leading other people's lives. If you're going to opt out, you ought to do it with style. You'd hardly credit it, but I found you quite intriguing when you first arrived. Funny how shallow people can often appear interesting. One convinces oneself they're hiding something, I suppose. And what would happen if I were to approach you, James Anderson, to touch you in some secret place? There's a thought, tighten your bladder, we Jimmy Anderson. Would you wither or flower, shrivel or explode? Come on, give us a clue. Song or smile? Poor wee timorous beastie. What would it be, I wonder? A tiny woodland plant with pale toiless petals? A sturdy prickly thistle? Or a huge exotic desert bloom? The kind that only shows itself once in 20 years, but is well worth waiting for. Shall I pollinate you, James Anderson? Buzz. Buzz. Look out, pebble face. Here I go. Buzz. Shall I light the candles to make it a little more cozy and romantic?
No, thank you. I'd like to see what I'm eating. And while you're about it, Henry, I wish you'd refrain from using these constant allusions that I find most embarrassing and inaccurate.
Oh my, everyone's sharp this evening. Oh, must be a new virus going around. I do hope I don't catch it. But honestly, James Anderson, you must realize that it's almost a disease with me, part of my condition. A brave, shallow mask. But if I have truly given offense, I apologize. And I promise that nothing of a similar nature will occur again.
That's all right, Henry. Would you like some bread?
Thank you. You are good to me, Judith. Oh, hello. Love locked in? What time is it?
It's 12:30.
Oh, thank goodness it's Sunday.
It's cold lunch today.
Lunch? What's that? I'm still looking for coffee.
They're in the pot. I just made some.
How's Vicky? Recovered from her night out?
She's not back yet.
What? What do you mean?
Said she's not back yet.
She's never been out all night. Never.
Well, she came back last night. I heard them.
Them. Tom as well.
Yes.
James Anderson, you're blushing. Pretty as the sunset over the heather. What did you hear?
Nothing. Voices, just voices.
Bloody liar, you saw them, didn't you?
I had to come down from my bunk. They were on the sofa, in the dark.
So she actually managed to pull him, did she? Well, good for her, and with bliss for us. She'll be in a good mood for a couple of months now. Hey, now.
I don't know. I left in a taxi at 4:30 in the morning.
You have had a good night's sleep. Ah, yes. He had an early flight to catch. Mystery solved. Nothing to worry about except this. What is it? It's absolutely evil. Makes the place look like a tart's bedroom.
Must be Vicky's. It was there when I woke up.
Yeah, it's the sort of thing she'd get lumbered with. Other girls get diamond bracelets or stocks and shares. Our Vicky gets souvenirs.
You know, that chap's plane was supposed to leave at 6 o'clock. It's now gone 12:30. Do you think she might have gone with him?
No, cost him a fortune, all that excess weight. There you go, back in, safe and sound, back in one large piece.
No, that can't be Vicky. She's got her key. I checked.
Does he have to wait? Well, go see who it is. Oh, if by some happy chance there's a couple of those clean-cut Jehovah's Witnesses, send them in to convert me.
Wow.
Who was it? Oh, at least it's not a wreath. Who is it from?
This card.
Well, open it.
I can't do that. Private.
Oh, I really don't understand you. How middle class will you get? You spend half the night behaving like a cross between Agatha Christie and a night watchman, and you balk at opening a tiny envelope.
Shouldn't open that. That's Vicky's.
If the florist can look at it, so can I. They always use very cheap glue on these dolly things. If you get your thumbnail under just right, they come apart without a trace.
You'll never get it back together.
We'll see it caught in the letterbox.
Just don't push flowers through a letterbox.
Shh! This is the interesting bit.
Well, what does it say?
Sure you want to know. Makes you an accessory.
Just tell me.
Can't get you out of my mind. How did she manage to get in? All my love, Tom.
Well, at least we know she hasn't left the country.
Oh, that must be Becky. Quick, swallow the envelope.
Hello, Henry. James.
Come on in.
What happened? Couldn't they get you off the ground?
What? Oh, no. Tom's flight was delayed, so we had several breakfasts at the airport. And then we just sat around and chatted until it was time for him to go. You know, he is nice, terribly nice.
Lunch won't be long, Vicky.
Oh, good. Can I help? What are you cooking?
We heard you the first time, darling. Personal remark. So that's the kind of thing you go around saying, James Anderson does all the caulking at our house. He's so good at it. Henry and I thrive on it.
It was a slip of the tongue.
Slip, it was an avalanche. But still, it would make great TV. Sure to top the ratings. James Anderson, the Galloping Cock.
I'm sorry, James. Obviously, we're going to be plagued by this sort of rubbish for weeks.
That's all right, Vicky. I don't mind.
Of course not. All that wonderful free advertising.
What gorgeous flowers. Are they for me?
Yes, they just arrived.
Darling, how sweet. They're from Tom.
Are they? James Anderson said they were. I don't know how he knew.
Oh, they're just beautiful. I really must put them in some water.
That's and tell me about your evening. Will this little pink thing like to go in water too? It might prove it.
Oh, don't you dare. The men's sentimental about it.
Pippi, I'm all ears.
Well, I don't even know where to begin. It was all so perfect. Tom's terribly funny once you get to know him. First, he took me to this marvelous restaurant where I tried to be good, but eventually made an incredible pig out of myself. The sweet tray alone was paradise.
Nah,
And then something happened that you'll never believe.
try me.
Well, he took me to this nightclub. No, honestly, you would have loved it. They had this smashing bird there. She did the most impossible things with her boobs.
What's he do? Stuff them in her ears?
No, she had tassels, and they rotated at speeds in a different direction.
That old trick. Sarah Bernhardt used to do it.
Well, I've never seen it.
Yes, and don't try it around here. You know, pictures off the wall.
Then he took me dancing. First time I've been in years, and I was good. What's more?
Oh, you really should take it up professionally. It only takes about a year to sew all the sequins on. Never mind that. Let's get to the interesting bit. What happened when you got back here?
Oh, well, we sat and had a few drinks, and then we just chatted till it was time for Tom to go to the airport.
Oh, you sat and chatted.
Yes.
That's not what I was told. Hijinks, I heard James Anderson blush.
I'm sorry, Vicky. It was an accident.
You bastards. You bloody bastards!
Oh, darling, I'm sorry. It was only a shot in the dark. Nothing happened. James Anderson's not the peeping Tom type, and I was flat out completely pissed. Come on, please, forgive me. It was a dreadful thing to do, I know it. Nasty trick, but I didn't know it was important. Please forgive me.
Oh, it's all right, you swine. Might have guessed. Oh, it's not that I mind you knowing. It was just the thought that all the time.
Yes, I know, horrid, nasty.
Oh, well, it's not important anyway. You know, two ships that pass in the night and all that jazz.
Well, why don't we do something about it?
How can I? He's miles away. Promised to write, but he probably won't. Supposed to be home in time for Christmas, but...
Well, he always has written. You got that little card, didn't you?
Yes, that's true.
Well, then.
Does anybody have a tarragon with their salad?
Christmas, 4 months. It's a very slim chance, but you could do it.
Do what?
Go on a proper diet and stick to it for a change.
They never do any good. My glands are all wrong.
Listen, it's me you're talking to. I've seen the family album. Little Vicky showing her bottom on a rug. Little Vicky in her first camp party dress. Little Vicky doesn't become Big Bertha till she's about 16.
They said it was puppy fat, the liars.
And then Vicky seems to disappear from the album. The odd shot of a blob behind a couple of cans and knuckles and nothing more.
Always have hated him in that picture taken.
With reason. But you have great legs and very tiny hands. It's only in between your king size.
I suppose I could do losing a few pounds.
A few pounds you could do with losing a few hundred. How much do you weigh?
Oh, I don't know. I've never weighed myself.
Well, I guess about 200, give or take a few.
Henry, I've never been more than 150 in my life.
How do you know if you never weigh yourself? 150. I've got news for you.
I don't want to argue with you. I'm feeling happy.
Well, you could be a lot happier. You could be wearing a size 12 dress when Prince Charming returns and hear him cry, it fits, before he rips it off.
Tom likes me for myself.
He hardly knows you.
Well, we get on terribly well, and he doesn't care what I wear.
Oh, in that case, I do apologize. Wear dungarees and a paper bag over your head. I'm sure your exceptional personality is sure to shine through and captivate millions.
I think it's sad that appearances count that much with you, Henry.
They don't in the long run, but initially about 90%.
Well, I look much the same when you met me 6 or 7 years ago.
You looked far worse 6 years ago, love. You had spots.
And yet we became friends, good friends.
I'm a special case, love. I thought you were a nice, safe girl who wouldn't expect me to take her home and hump her.
How right you were.
And you did have a deliciously dirty laugh.
I was so naive. I thought you were just artistic.
Come on, what do you say to this rigid diet? They say inside every fat girl is a thin one trying to get out.
Henry, I'm different. Inside me, there's a fatter girl just waiting to charge out. But one of these days, I think she's going to make it.
God, for a limit. Skin can't stretch that far.
I still think you're wrong, Henry, about people and what they react to.
Vicky, millions are spent every year on advertising and packaging. Surely you can spend 4 months redesigning yourself, especially with such a good reason.
Me.
Lunch is on the table.
What a nice change from it being on the floor. Come on, Vicky.
Oh, I don't know. I've got to think about it. I'm still not convinced.
James Anderson, come here at once.
What's the matter?
We've got to help Vic. Now, where are the bloody things? Ah, here they are.
What are they?
Beach pajamas, long before your time. She had them specially made for our trip to Ibiza, but she never got drunk enough to wear them. Come on, get into them. Don't argue. It's an emergency. Red alert. No time for questions. No, you fool. Into one leg. Where do you think I'm going to go? At last, go to the top of the class. Try and watch where you put your other hand.
She's going to go mad.
She's got a lovely sense of humor. Isn't this cozy? That sexy wriggle or you'll regret it. Now, remember, act casual.
What is this?
Shock treatment.
It's bloody well worked!
Hello? Oh, hello, Betty. How's New York? It's difficult with the first novel. I've collected a lot of rejection slips. No, Henry's not in at the moment. He's gone for a run on the heath. Oh, no, nothing like that. Vicky does all the running. Henry just rides alongside her and she'll set it through a megaphone. It is. All right, I'll tell him. Bye.
This is going to be the death of me. Freezing. Absolutely freezing. Oh, I'm moving, but I can't feel anything. Total anesthesia.
Betty's back from America. Just telephone.
Who cares? The way I feel. I wouldn't care if Paul Newman called with a dozen red roses. Thanks, I needed this.
Where's Vicky?
I left her chugging down the hill. I couldn't wait to get in. I don't know why I let myself in for this.
Well, it was all your idea.
Yes, I'm full of brilliant ideas, but I don't expect people to carry them out. I've had lots of ideas about you, and it hasn't got me anywhere.
What did you do with Vicky? Where did you leave her?
Oh, top of the high street. Stop worrying about her. She's disgustingly healthy and smug about it. Kept up a merry stream of quips the whole way. I could have killed her. Oh, good. You've got it hooked up, have you? Is it plugged in?
Aye, it's been on for 10 minutes.
I'm tempted to have a go myself. Still, her need is greater than mine. Now, don't forget, let me do the ceremonial unveiling.
Okay.
You.
There, Jesse Owens now.
What is that?
Never you mind. I've never seen such a nosy woman. Don't get distracted. Keep limbering up.
Oh, James Anderson, you really should have come with us. Everything's so fresh and pretty. Covered in frost, you really missed a treat.
Don't you believe it? It was evil. The dogs were peeing icicles.
James Anderson, it was so funny. Isadora here got her scarf caught in the back wheel. You should have heard the fuss she made, even all the ducks flew away.
It was a very nasty moment. My neck's never been my best feature.
Thanks, I can do with this.
Oh, no, you don't. Put that down. It's fattening.
Come on.
Everything's fattening. I don't want you slipping back. Stop breathing such greedy gulps of air.
It's only broth, for God's sake.
Listen to her. Only broth.
I'll only have a sip.
Oh, all right. On your hips be it.
Henry, what is under this sheet?
You'll find out soon enough. It's a surprise. Now, don't forget, James Anderson. Tomorrow, I want 2 hot water bottles strapped on.
Really, Henry, you are such a simp.
Well, what else is new?
What can it be? Get you a Christmas present. It's such a big thing.
Hark at the kettle calling the pot black. If you must know, it's your long-lost twin sister. She's lost her memory and thinks she's the Isle of Wight. Now leave it alone and pay attention. Now this morning you were 122 pounds, right?
Yes.
And as there's another week before Christmas when Tom gets back, you have to lose another 4 pounds.
Yes, and I'll do it easily.
Well, having got this far, I've decided to be totally ruthless. Ta-dum!
What is it? It looks like an outside loo.
It's the latest thing. The mini sauna for maxi girls.
What does this cost, Henry? I can't afford this.
Nothing. I got it on 2 weeks' approval. After Christmas, we sling it back at them and tell them we're dissatisfied.
Never were. I'll sweat it off and put it all back on as soon as I have anything to drink.
Well, then you won't drink.
Oh, don't be so daft. I've got to have some kind of moisture.
It's all been taken care of. James Anderson can take you out every morning at dawn and lay you down in the garden. You can soak up the dew. Don't make him get in.
Well, is it safe? Has it been wired properly?
Of course. Don't you trust me?
Frankly, no.
I had James Anderson in it for 5 minutes yesterday.
Well, what was it like, James?
Well, the heat kind of creeps up on you, but it's not too bad. It's quite invigorating.
Were you naked?
Hell no. Kept me underpants on.
He's not a true Scotsman. I was shocked.
And bitterly disappointed. So, James, did you lose any weight?
I don't think so.
Of course he did. Pounds and pounds. And half an inch off his sporin. Now, stop this idle chatter and get in. We're losing all the heat.
Do you want me to take my clothes off? You know, I look pretty good. I don't mind.
Well, I do. Don't forget, I was the one that fainted during Old Calcutta. You will leave your suit on. You'll sweat more and you won't burn your body on the seat. Come on, get in.
Not a giggle.
It's a dry heat, no steam. Now, seat and keep your head where the hole is. Well, what's the verdict?
Ooh, it's lovely and warm.
I wish I could say the same for my feet.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yes, fine. Now, how long do I stay in?
A week.
What?
Houston to control tower, Houston to control tower. We have 1 minute to liftoff. All systems are go. Starting countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7,
I'll send
6.
you a postcard.
Are you quite comfortable?
Madly so. I think I'm going to enjoy this.
Not for long. Madame the guillotine strikes again. Where's my knitting? Knit one, curl one, drop one, and slice.
Never. Do you hear? Never. For the Scarlet Pimp will save me.
Oh no, I won't. I've got my eye on the young Viscount of Notre Dame.
Sacre bleu. But he has, how you say, he has a hump on his back.
He'll have 2 before the night's out.
Dear, I think we may have shocked his Puritan soul. Henry, can you turn this down? It's getting a little bit hot.
You tacked on a rather nasty shade of paper.
Well, I think I've had quite enough.
Well, let me check. Ooh.
What is it?
The back black hand has gone way past the big red mark.
Oh.
Now, what did I do with that instruction book?
Never mind, just get me out of here.
Impossible, my pretty. I've locked you in. To struggle is useless.
Henry, stop this or I'm going to scream.
There is no pleasure without pain. You must suffer to be beautiful.
What is it? What's going on?
Nothing. She's exercising with her lungs. Reduces the bust.
Get me out of here, this maniac's messing about.
Don't touch that bolt, you headstrong fool. You'll electrocute yourself.
You all right, Vicky? Are you all right? Can I get you anything? Tea? Brandy?
I've never seen such a ridiculous fuss.
Oh, shut your mouth! Can I get you anything, Vicky?
No thanks, James Anderson. Haven't quite finished my exercises yet.
Ow! Ow! Vicky, come on, stop it. A joke's a joke. Enough is enough. Come on. Ah! Please, stop. Ah!
You horrible, vicious, little fucker!
Me, vicious. Look at you. Snarling there like a rabid, aggressive little whippet.
Whippet? You say whippet?
Yes?
They those long, lean, bony dogs that look like a small greyhound?
I suppose so.
Oh, well, in that case, Henry, you've made your amends. Get up off there.
Thank goodness for that.
Whippet. Whew.
Did you rearm at the Sunday treat, James?
Aye.
Well, good. Dish it up, then. Maybe you'll put the shrew in a better humor. I've seldom seen such a temper tantrum.
Well, you better get used to it. Only fat girls are jolly. And while I'm at it, you can get rid of this thing first thing in the morning and never want to see it again.
Don't damage it or we'll have to pay for it.
You'll have to pay for it because I haven't signed a thing.
I forged your signature. Very well, I might add.
I hope you get left.
Stop it! You know, it could do you a lot of good.
I have nightmares about it as it is.
Oh, come on. You know I was only joking.
Like everything with you, Henry, there's a nasty ring of truth about it.
What a cynical thing to say, Victoria. The truth is always good.
Ooh, is it? And shall I give you a demonstration of the truth? Shall I tell you all about yourself, Henry? Promise not to lie. The whole sordid truth and nothing but.
I think we should sue the makers of your slimming pills.
Really?
Well, you've undergone what the courts call a complete change of character, Your Honor.
Balls!
You see, you used to be a sweet, kind, gentle, jolly creature. Now you're a hard, callous, pugnacious brute.
Only difference is I'm no longer willing to let the other girls kick sand in my face.
No need to be personal.
I'm just sure of myself, that's all.
And don't we know it? Where are those cakes, James?
Coming.
What cakes?
Cream cakes at Sunday treat time.
Oh, well, you go on. I don't want any.
pretty gumdrop. What do you mean you don't want any? It's allowed. It's treat time.
Well, I'm not hungry.
Are you ill?
No, I'm just not hungry. Must take that non-eating pill.
She's getting positively macabre.
Well, I said it was a stupid idea. Who would have listened to me? I don't hold with drugs. They're the terrible thing to meddle with. And what's more, I don't think she looks any better anyway.
You're getting pretty peculiar, too. I'm beginning to feel absolutely normal. Come on, quit sulking and I'll give you first choice. But don't you dare send your boy, Jay. Born is the queen of England. Oh, I think I've aged 10 years in the last 2 hours and I can't afford it. Oh, I think Oxford Street is a disgrace. I shall write to my member of parliament when I find out his name.
Her name?
Pardon?
Her name. Our MP is a woman.
No, all the better. She should know about shopping. She can introduce a private member's bill for the abolition of Oxford Street.
But I thought you liked Selfridges.
I do, but I hate the people that go there. I was sexually assaulted by 2 handbags and 3 umbrellas. One of which had a very strangely shaped handle. I kicked one old cow back and she shrieked like Madame Curie discovering radium.
You got a fool to win the West End of the Christmas Eve.
No, I suppose you're one of those sneak cats who buys all their gifts at the summer sales.
I do try to be sensible. Giving everybody buck tokens this year.
Oh, at dizzy heights of excitement. I shall surely froth at the mouth when I open mine. You don't look very safe. Shall I cling to your thighs?
You have almost finished.
What a poor excuse. Mistletoe, James Anderson. I can see I'm going to have to keep a watchful eye on you. I know how wild you northern lads get at festival time. Must be your pagan blood.
Well, how's it look?
Lovely, quite lovely. Fetch skinny Liz, she'll get tears in her beady eyes.
I think it's at the hairdresser's.
Oh, yes. The return of Tom from foreign parts. Something to look forward to. It's cheered me up.
She also told me to remind you that she wants the place to herself tonight. She wants to sit before she gets back.
Well, tough titty for her. I certainly expect to be here after all the work that I've put in. I'm not going to miss the denouement, the big climax.
She was very insistent. She told me 3 times.
She's mad. We'll have a jolly get-together and a few drinks for half an hour, and then we'll leave them to it.
Well, I'm not staying. She has every right to her privacy.
She can't expect privacy. She's lucky. She can think herself lucky having sold the rights to television. Don't you want to see his legs buckle and his eyes reel from their sockets when he beholds her newfound loveliness?
No, I have no interest. Besides, she was fine as she was. She was an individual.
Oh, stood out in the crowd, you mean?
You've changed her.
That was the whole point of the exercise, you idiot. Oh, really? You have no visual taste at all, do you? Trust me, she looks stunning. You think it's pure coincidence that she has men hanging about the shop and telephoning all day?
She hasn't gone out with any of them.
More's the pity. She's saving it all for this moronic, glorified garage mechanic.
He has written to her every week.
So he's one of nature's pen pals. That would be enough to put me off. People who write a lot are highly suspect in my book, and invariably dreary.
Well, that's a ludicrous statement. You should study the whole history of literature. You can write a lot.
You're the rule that proves the rule. Have you read any of Tom's letters?
No, of course I haven't.
It is difficult, isn't it? She doesn't exactly leave them lying about. She's developed a highly suspicious nature. The thing is, she never mentions them either. Most people would read out little tidbits.
No, and I'm very glad she doesn't.
Maybe he's illiterate. Maybe all she gets is a blank sheet of paper with some kisses and a thumbprint on it. Oh, which reminds me, your novel's back. Any joy this time? Small wonder with a title like the Shetland Gathering. Sounds like a knitting pattern. Oh, you should have come to me sooner, lad. Call it Lust Among the Heather. Design a trendy hairy lauder. Stark naked, waving his gnarled stick about. It'll sell like dynamite.
It's not that type of book.
Who cares? They won't know till after they bought it. And then you can say it was meant to be ironic. Angus. You can't have a hero named Angus unless it's a fool. It's not one of those saving sweet animal stories, is it?
Don't touch that. That's not your property.
Sorry. Here. Why is there a fairy on top of this miserable tree?
Because didn't think it'd relish the competition.
James Anderson. What a cruel and vicious thing to say at Christmas, too. Oh, if only you knew the heartache and torment of his twilight lot. It weren't me fault, Your Honor. It weren't me mom's. One of the girls she did called me Edna. Made me wear panties till I was 21. I never knew no difference.
Will you shut up?
Again, Your Honor.
Vicky's back.
Oh, which RVs you have, Grandma?
Well, go on, say something.
Would you like a cup of tea?
Magnificent, darling, and I'm proud of you.
Do be careful, Henry.
Oh, you're so right.
Well, have you done yourself irreparable damage?
Quite possibly. Our hip bones clashed. I didn't think you had any. Quick, James Anderson. Fix your plate of spaghetti before she castrates the entire male population. I've heard of birthday throw, but this is ridiculous.
Would you like something to eat, Vicky?
Oh, no thanks, James, but I would love that cup of tea.
Just lemon, I suppose.
Yes, thanks. James Anderson. The place just looks lovely. Did you do this all yourself?
Cecil Beaton helped. He's a sweetie.
That was nothing, Vicky. I'm glad you like it.
Oh, well, it's just lovely. Thank you, love. Now, I really feel it's Christmas. The best one ever.
His first kiss, I can't bear it. If this goes on, I shall shed tears and sing a carol.
James, you really have been busy.
No, he hasn't. Those are mine. You get your greedy paws off them. Yours isn't there. Being delivered from Fortnum's.
Fortnum's, how posh.
Yes, a year's supply of pizza.
Little angel, you spoil me. Just for that, Mama's going to give you a big French kiss.
Don't come near me. Keep away. I had garlic and toast for lunch.
And it'll be very French.
Stop it. It's been in tears.
You're looking very lovely tonight.
Not tonight, Victor. I have a headache.
It's not your head I'm after.
No. Ah! Isn't the rescue squad marvelous?
on his way over immediately.
How can he be?
Well, it's obvious, isn't he? Isn't it? He never went to Persia at all. Bill Darling works at the supermarket and likes to dream.
He caught an early flight home with the managing director. Then a car waiting for him at the airport dropped him off at the station. He is going to be here any minute.
Well, don't get your knickers in a twist. He's not going to catch you with your hair up in curlers. You couldn't look lovelier. I can't wait to see his face.
What? No, you gotta clear out.
No need to shriek like Madame Curie.
Well, both of you be quick. I must be alone when I see him.
I'll go get my coat. I won't be a minute.
What are you doing?
Tidying up.
Oh, for Christ's sake!
Oh, you really should get a job with British Airways. Do be careful.
Well, don't shilly-shally. Come on.
Maybe I should wear my raincoat.
It's a clear night. Into this.
Oh, all right. Don't panic or you'll sweat. It's like something out of Charles Dickens being flung out into the snow on Christmas Eve. Come where? I only just got in. I'm certainly not going to sit out at the sidewalk for a couple of hours. You'll get piles.
Go and have a coffee somewhere.
Oh, couldn't I just sit in the kitchen if I brought some earplugs?
Why don't you come to the cinemas? We'll catch the early one.
Perfect. You'll enjoy it.
Yes, it's Eskimo Bess. Glenda Jackson's in it.
Glenda Jackson. Flashing her boobs again, I bet.
I hardly think so. She plays some sort of Eskimo.
Oh, she'll find a way. They probably get frostbitten and someone has to give them the kiss of life.
I got it. James Anderson can warn you when not to look. Come on.
Oh, all right. Where are my gloves?
In your pocket. Off you go.
Oh, half a second. Must have to pee.
Henry!
It's this cold weather.
He's doing this deliberately.
Don't worry, Vicky. Tom can't possibly get here before we go.
He said he'd be here any minute. Damn, why did this have to happen?
Well, I hope you have a very pleasant evening, Vicky.
Oh, James, that is sweet of you. I hate to push you out like this, but you do understand.
Yeah.
Where is that bloody Henry?
Henry, are you coming?
Henry, get your finger out! James Anderson, do something!
Henry, if you don't come out right now, I have to batter down the door.
I never play hard to get.
There's the exit. Use it.
Oh, I do wish you'd both stop fussing. There's plenty of time. He's not Superman. Is my hair all right?
Perfect. Careless disarray.
I'm ready then. Good luck.
Well, have a pleasant evening. Don't rush back.
Oh, half a second. I just remembered something.
Henry!
I bought myself a present and I'd like to try it out.
Oh,
What do you think?
couldn't be more you. Stick it on your nut and shove off.
Has to be at just the right angle. Davy Crockett.
That's it. Perfect. Terribly Catherine of Russia.
You really think so?
Yes!
Well, I'm ready then. Let's go.
Wait a minute, I'm not going out with him if he's going to wear a mask.
Aw, James, don't you start!
People are going to stare.
That's the whole idea.
I refuse to be embarrassed in public.
It'll be dark in the cinema.
That's as may be, but we must get through the foyer, and it is very well lit.
Buy separate tickets. Meet up inside.
And what about the intermission?
He is not going to wear it during the film. You aren't, are you, Henry? You're not, Henry.
Of course not. The very idea.
There you go.
I shall remove it the instant the man behind me leans forward and says, "Please remove your hat, madam."
No.
Oh, I'm joking, you Celtic
I
clod.
don't care, I don't trust you.
James, how can you say that? I'm wounded, deeply wounded, to think...
Oh, what the para you just shut up! I don't care how you go or where you go. Just butter off!
Ahem.
What?
Forgot my handbag.
I'm gonna kill you!
Don't have a motive.
I'll think of one.
Oh, what a shame. Looks like I'm going to be here for the terribly quiet.
Vicky, it's Tom. I can see him through the window. What should I do?
Let him in.
Yes, we don't want him to catch cold.
On your way out.
We can't push off the second he arrives. What will he think?
He'll think that you're a nice, tactful, self-effacing creature.
The man's not a fool.
Answer it, James. I'm going upstairs.
Good, you can make an entrance. I'll put some music on.
And I'm not coming down until you have gone. And that means until I can see you on the street. Friendships have their limits, Henry. And you've just reached them.
Tom, what a wonderful surprise.
Hello, Henry. Love your bonnet.
Thank you. What a sensational tan. Looks just like makeup in this light. Vicky won't be a moment. She's just upstairs.
Great. I can't wait to see her.
Yes, No, I won't spoil it for you. Vicky, Tom's here. Barely passing for Caucasian. I'm leaving now, darling. Don't bother to look out the window.
Hello, Tom. Welcome back.
Vicky,
You're looking marvelous.
so are you.
Well, I said I had a surprise for you.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't think it'd be anything like this. I can't get used to it.
Oh, I know what you mean. I still catch myself trying to squeeze through small doors sideways. But I'm still me, basically. No internal alterations.
There's a big difference.
I'm glad to say. Come on, sit down and get you a drink. It is still vodka, isn't it?
Yes, please.
How was your flight?
Terrific. The company's private plane.
Ooh, how posh. Do you want ice with this?
No thanks. Thanks. You're not having one?
Oh, heavens no. First thing I was forced to give up.
Forced to?
Yes, doctor's orders.
Oh, I see. You've been sick.
No. Well, yes, actually. Had the flu last month. But so did everyone else.
But you just said it was doctor's...
Oh, sorry. I meant Dr. Henry. Pleased as punch, you know. Telling everyone he's achieved the world's first body transplant.
I see.
Tom, please.
What?
Don't look so worried.
What do you mean?
He'll all sort himself out, you'll see. After all, we are just more or less pen pals, aren't we?
How much weight have you actually lost?
Well, about 60 pounds so far.
So far? You mean you haven't stopped yet?
No. That is, on a diet, one should always go a little below their natural weight to allow for adjustments later on.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, how long are you going to be in England this time? Do you know yet?
I'm not sure.
Well, you'll be here at least for the festive season anyway.
Actually, Vicky, I have promised my sister I'd spend Christmas with her.
Oh, well, then you must. Christmas is a family occasion. She lives here in England?
Yes, in Richmond.
Oh, it's very pretty, Richmond.
Yes, it is.
Is she married?
Yes,
Any children?
2, a boy and a girl.
Oh, perfect combination.
Vicky, there's something I have to tell you about myself.
I know you've got a wife and 10 kids living in Toronto.
Oh, no, it's nothing like that. I don't quite know how to say it.
Well, try. Is it important?
Yes, it is. Very important.
Well, go on then. This is funny. It's got to be funny. This really is a disaster, isn't it?
I thought about you every night. I looked at your photograph.
Then I just went and shattered the image, right?
Right. Why didn't you write and tell me?
How the hell would I know it would matter?
I thought you knew.
Oh, come on. How could I?
Well, that night, why do you think I stayed?
Oh, who knows? Kindness, pity for a poor fat girl, an easy lay, cheap motel room. Sorry, didn't mean that.
I wrote every week.
Yes, you did.
I know I'm not very good at expressing myself.
I had noticed. Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. Just the situation. Pretty hilarious if you think about it. Talk about wasted effort.
Do you think maybe you would? Maybe you could put some of it back on?
No. I'll make sure I bloody well don't. This is me. I like the way I am. And I haven't enough pioneering spirit to be a 250-pound sex symbol.
Funny. You tell somebody you don't believe in God or your country, they don't even bat an eye. Tell them you don't dig Miss America and watch them start to edge away from you.
We all have our little problems.
I'm sorry, Vicki. Truly sorry.
So am I, Tom. Can I mix you another drink before you go?
No, that's for you. Some jewelry and things.
What a pretty box.
Just some Persian sweetmeats.
Desperately fattening, sure.
Crushed almonds and sesame seeds. Vicki, is there anything I can say?
No.
Come on. Shh. That's it. Just a little bit further. Okay. You hang on to the stove and I'll get the door. James Anderson, do be quiet. They'll think I'm dragging something back. You shouldn't wear such high heels. Come on. No, I'm not going to carry you. I'm not going to give you a thrill by walking over you after the way you behave. Come on. Oh. Okay, let me get a light on here. Dizzy cow's gone to bed and left the tree on.
Oh, no, she hasn't.
Ah! What a beastly thing to do. Made all the hairs of my hat stand on end. Oh, come on, Becky, give us a hand. He weighs a ton.
Poor James Anderson. What's that nasty hand done to you this time?
You'll get no sense out of him. Grab an arm and pull.
Come on, James Anderson. And push.
Yeah, that's it. Push. Push for Vicky. Push. Push.
For God's sake, you sound like a midwife.
Oh, you've got a lovely boy, Mrs. Anderson.
Well, what are we going to do with him now? We can't stand here and hold him up all night.
Put him over on the sofa till I catch my breath.
Okay.
Come on. Lovely Vicky will look after you and make you better.
What happened? I've never seen him like this before.
What didn't? It's been an absolutely frantic evening.
Hasn't it? How's the film?
Ghastly. James Anderson sulked all through it, then wouldn't buy me any nuts during the intermission. And when you know it, I saw them again. He didn't warn me.
So what?
Glenda's pair. Oh, suddenly there they were, in close-up. 2 40-foot across beach Melville.
Poor darling. So where did you booze? I take it the Bijou has suddenly got a drinks license.
That was something else. He'd been acting funny all evening, so I suggest we pop across the road to the pub for a seasonal nightcap, where he starts knocking back the scotch like it's New Year's Eve, falls quickly into some sort of Celtic fit, and when they call closing time, he throws up all over the tart sitting next to him.
That's it, I was sorry.
He did, too. Oh, she was wearing the most ghastly number in silver. Open work crochet, you can imagine the mess. She shrieked a bit.
Like Madame Curie discovering radium?
Near enough, but everyone else laughed. And I managed to get James out before the Irish sailor she was with came out of the gents. And here we are. And how about you? How was your evening? And why were you sitting here playing Fireside Sal?
Well, actually, Henry, I was waiting up for you.
Really? How nice. Ah! Bloody hell, what did you do that for?
Because it made me feel a whole lot better.
Well, that's not a good enough reason.
Yeah, reasons aren't particularly popular with me this evening anyway.
Why? Where's Tom? He didn't have a heart attack, did he?
No, there wasn't time. He didn't stay long.
Oh, what a shame. When's he coming back?
He's not.
Good.
Why? What happened?
Oh, nothing very much. He just appeared to think I was some sort of balloon that could be blown up to size at will.
He what?
He likes fat women.
He
prefers fat women.
St. Teresa of the Roses.
That was stupid, but nobody listened to me.
Now, are you sure you got this right? What did he actually say?
Well, nothing very much, but the message was loud and clear. Fat is beautiful.
Oh, darling, how awful. Did he faint when he saw you?
Not quite. But he did get that same glazed look of horror James Anderson gets when his souffle doesn't rise.
It's so bleeding unfair. Why couldn't he have met you when you were huge?
He did.
Oh, yes. Well, why couldn't he have had a foot fetish, something simple we could have dealt with?
It's not the end of the world. Not that surprising when you think about it. Men seem to specialize more than women. They categorize themselves into breast or leg enthusiasts. Some adore virgins. Others obsessed with whores. 1 in 20 pursue men. And the vast majority, they never figure out what they want. All just part of the merry cavalcade called life. No need to maintain a respectful silence. Do laugh quietly amongst yourselves.
What a rotten anticlimax. You were meant to live happily ever after. Oh, it's high time I retired as resident fairy godmother. I'm handing in my wand.
Oh, I overreacted. Let the whole thing get out of proportion. I hardly knew the man. And if I were honest, I did find his letters boring. Short, repetitive little sentences that I kidded myself meant he was honest and uncomplicated.
Those kind are hard to find. Let's face it, Tom was dreary. Nowhere near good enough for you. The most interesting thing about him was the fact that he's hooked on mountains of flesh. Wonder how it started. Do you suppose he had a vast nanny or an overweight teddy bear?
Overreacted. I handled the whole thing badly.
You're quite right, Vicky.
Oh, it's not his fault.
Poor darling. Doomed to a life of hanging about outside Weight Watchers classes.
He'll make one of them very happy.
I once read in a wall somewhere, I want a ginger-haired man with no ears. I always hoped it was a joke.
Oh, stop. It must be. Imagine. You spend your whole life looking. Doesn't even bear thinking about. And what if you finally found one and he didn't fancy you? Then what would you do?
Or even worse. After years of private inquiry, success was imminent, the prize at hand. With timid smile and trembling hand, you knock on his door. He opens it, and he's gone bald.
Oh, stop. Must be a joke.
Has it? And what if you yourself were ginger-haired and without ears?
Well, I'd never go out.
I did myself some tight-fitting caps.
Ooh, I missed your big chance.
Wouldn't be the first time, darling.
Prisoners. That's all you are. Prisoners of a bourgeois society.
He's had a rush of blood to the head.
You're trapped by the very false images that you profess to despise. Men are virile, women are beautiful. Walk down the street and see how many fall into the category. Children are innocent, workers are real, policemen are wonderful. And if you don't fit in, cover up, pretend, delude yourself. You're one of the golden people. Oh, tiny faults naturally. But we are human after all. And when you're walking down the street, keep your head up so you can't see the shit that you're treading in.
Thank you. We'll let you know.
James Anderson, are you feeling all right?
I love you like a sister.
Which one of us is he talking to?
James Anderson, that's very sweet. And I'm fond of you, too. Now, can I make us all some tea?
It's a pure love. It's totally unaffected by what size you are or what you look like. No, it's time I left. I promised myself as soon as I had a book ready for publication. So it's an ironic coincidence.
Someone's going to publish your book.
I
Oh, James Anderson, that's marvelous news. I'm absolutely delighted for you, love. We must do something to celebrate.
Congratulations, I'm terribly pleased.
James Anderson, you really are brilliant. Do we have any champagne?
Oh, stop it. Cooking sherry would be more appropriate.
What do you mean?
My novel's been turned down by every publishing house in the country.
But you said...
I've had a book accepted. A bloody cookbook.
Like it's a star. Splendid stars.
It'll make tons more money. It'll sell like hotcakes.
It's a tragedy to have your innermost thoughts rejected and your recipes accepted.
Oh, don't talk so down. Can I make you another drink?
No, I won't be embarrassing you any further. I'll believe it in the morning.
Well, James Anderson, think it over. Tomorrow's Christmas Day.
The trains won't be running.
I'll put the turkey in before I go.
Oh, dear.
Poor little sod. His first big moment, he's got to screw it all up.
I don't think he's going to remember much of this one in the morning anyway.
Yes, you're right. We'll have to convince him that he's a cross between Ernest Hemingway and Julia
Oh,
Child.
we must. You know, he is terribly bored, too.
Yes. Did he ever let you read his novel?
Yes.
What was it like?
Awful. Really awful.
Would you like some coffee?
That'd be nice. Instant'll do.
No other thought crossed my mind. Darling, you know it's not in my nature to cry, but what the hell is this?
It's the back dress. I've cut it up.
How could you? What a beastly thing to do.
What are you talking about?
It's horrible. A faithful friend of many years standing, who never complained, always there in an emergency. Now, torn to shreds in an act of cheap symbolism. Alas, poor fat dress, I knew you well. A garment of infinite stretch. I think I found a birth certificate. DeBerry Fashions, Made in Hong Kong, extra large.
Well, it's not true.
See for yourself.
Dewberry fashions made in Hong Kong. I think I'll just keep it as a souvenir.
You should have kept the whole dress, darling. Might have come in handy. You know, potentially you're a fat lady and always will be. Disaster will be never further away than the nearest box of chocolates or pack of biscuits. Do you think you can live with that the rest of your life?
Well, I don't know, Henry, but that's what I want to find out. Sit down, Henry. You know, when Tom left this evening, I was disappointed and a little bit annoyed, but I wasn't devastated. None of my usual reactions. They didn't rush for that first piece of cake. I'm a different person now, Henry. Externals do affect one's way of thinking, and I think it would be impossible for it not to affect my way of living.
Alone.
Well, I'd like to try. I've never done it. I'm 29.
In a good light, aren't we all?
Before you, there was my father.
Well, he was much older.
You know what I mean.
You know, of course, that it's everyone's favorite fantasy to cut loose, burn everything, and start afresh.
One or two succeed.
What are you planning to do? Sell the shop tomorrow, to sail to the South Seas, to paint, to chop off your ears?
I wasn't thinking of anything that drastic or immediate.
Well, you should. You're right. And I'm proud of you. I just didn't think it would be so soon. You can manage without crutches what you don't need, throw away.
Henry, I will always be my friend.
Yes, but you don't have to live with them. It's better if you don't. They last longer. No, I'll start looking for a place right away.
Well, I don't mean to push you out, Henry. I just thought we should think about it over the next 6 months or so. Gradually get used to the idea.
What, and fall into another status quo? No, you've got to do it now, Vicky. Or you may find you join that small band of women that surround themselves with non-functioning or non-threatening males.
Well, you won't move miles away.
Oh, of course not. Move in next door if I can. Be the perfect neighbor, peeking out from behind the lace curtain and banging on the walls. You won't feel neglected.
That's nice to know.
And what about James Anderson? Do we find him a place or tie a haggis to his feet and drop him in the river?
Well, I still want him to work in the shop. Wants to, that is, and he isn't too busy collecting recipes.
Well, that's evident. He can move in with me. In a strictly platonic sense, of course.
As long as you truly believe that. Would hate to see you go smashing your